Good day, I am Rotc Eliza Puliran, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English 1 from Rizal Memorial State University, main campus, Dapitan City. In this video, I will recite the list of national VIPs down to military VIPs as well as the definition of terms. National VIPs. President and Commander-in-Chief Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Secretary of National Defense, Honorable Delfin Negrillo Lorenzana. Military VIPs. Chief of Staff Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Andres C. Centino, Armed Forces of the Philippines. Commanding General, Philippine Army General Romeo S. Browner Jr., AFP. Commander, Army Reserve Command, Major General Fernando V. Filipe, Philippine Army. Group Commander 9th RCDG, Colonel Patricio S. Tumales, Infantry, Philippine Army. Commission Officer 902nd, Zamboanga del Norte, CDC, Major Eladio V. Lomantas, Civil Engineer, Philippine Army. President, JRMSU System, Dr. Dailinda R. Laput. Nstp Director, Dr. Rachel J. Daimiel. Nstp Unit Head, Dr. Noel J. Lupicilio. Commandant, JRMSU Army ROTC Unit, Major Eladio V. Lumantas, Civil Engineer, Philippine Army. Assistant Commandant, Second Lieutenant Nicanor B. Obnimaga, Reserve, Philippine Army. Chief Clerk, Corporal Roderick C. Acoimo, Infantry, Philippine Army. Tactical Officer, Captain Cesar Cibala, Reserve, Philippine Army. Second Lieutenant Joe Peter M. Villaruz, Reserve, Philippine Army. Senior Tactical Non-Commissioned Officer, Reservist, Admin NCO, Sergeant Journal R. Laput, Reserve, Philippine Army. Tactical NCOs, Reservist, Private First Class John Ray A. Maglasang, Infantry, Philippine Army. Staff Sergeant Gerald Rich H. Soto, Reserve, Philippine Army. Staff Sergeant Michael Ray Elvin S. Boreros, Reserve, Philippine Army. Sergeant Nancy E. Aranuez, Reserve, Philippine Army. Sergeant Maynard O. Comisilia, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Rodel G. Patangan, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Richie A. De La Rosa, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Charlene E. Tagapan, Reserve, Philippine Army. Graduate Military Assistant, Private Adams N. Sumalpong, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Nilo B. Lagradilla, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Jefferson Paglinawan, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Rico Jack J. Tawataw, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Glenn Mar G. Olinan, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Shahara May M. Halin, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Jezreel M. Pasculado, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Vincent Jobili G. Cadano, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Ray R. Dayao, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private John Ray P. Valladares, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Joeven Ray E. Sakal, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private John Fritz C. Cuenca, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private John Paul P. Rong, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Michelle B. Andicoy, Reserve, Philippine Army. Private Vance Alistair L. Pagasian, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Mark Gel S. Lagamon, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Glycel Faith D. Carreño, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Glyza Claire C. Canoog, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Jessalyn Elopre, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Maybell B. Singkay, Reserve Philippine Army. Brigade Corps Commander, Cadet Colonel J. Pimentel Ramos, ROTC First Class. Executive Officer, Disciplinary Officer, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Roderick L. Cadorna, ROTC First Class. Brigade S1 Adjutant Officer, Cadet LTC Bless T. Manlupik, ROTC First Class. Brigade S2 Intelligence Officer, Cadet LTC Ronel V. Bailon, ROTC First Class. Brigade S3 Operation Officer, Cadet LTC Ramel P. Samson, ROTC First Class. Brigade S4 Logistic Officer, Cadet LTC Sheila May P. Azores, ROTC First Class. Brigade S7 Liaison Officer, Cadet LTC Jamaica S. Lagudas, ROTC First Class. 1st Battalion Commander, Cadet LTC Jo Marie T. Osabel, ROTC First Class. 2nd Battalion Commander, Cadet LTC Jefford C. Ferigura, ROTC First Class. Battalion S1 Adjutant, Cadet Major Kathleen Rose E. Ipao, ROTC First Class. Battalion S1 Intelligence, Cadet Major Jericho T. Osabel, ROTC First Class. Battalion S3 Operation, Cadet Major Jason A. Hamarulin, ROTC First Class. Battalion S4 Logistic, Cadet Major Maria Alona Jane B. Alfon, ROTC First Class. Battalion S7 Liaison, Cadet Major Chenli R. Silva, ROTC First Class. 2nd Battalion Executive Officer Disciplinary, Cadet Major Brian P. Banuelos, ROTC First Class. Battalion S1 Adjutant, Cadet Major Rubilin B. Magnawong, ROTC First Class. Battalion S2 Intelligent, Cadet Major Hansel D. Zuzubrado, ROTC First Class. Battalion S3 Operation, Cadet Major Raymark O. Lakay, ROTC First Class. Battalion S4 Logistic, Cadet Major Mary Joy C. Maghinay, ROTC First Class. Battalion S7 Liaison, Cadet Major Ruela Bernadette B. Kinlog, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Mary Chris A. Lidama, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Aaron J. Kalasang, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Stephen J. F. Taklian, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Juvenal P. Katilok, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Christian G. Sarden, ROTC Sardane, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Arian Faye N. Palangan, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Baby Janela J. Caniete, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Geno A. Carbonelia, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Kent O. Dampaila, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Raymart S. Anyo, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Britney D. Agwit, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Rickman V. Cabanag, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Mark Jen L. Prociso, ROTC First Class. Cadet Captain Lester V. D. Ikaw, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Richard S. Zamora, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Joseph B. Meral, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Erwin T. Palumares, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Aurelio L. Flores Jr., ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Kent Roy F. Maghanoy, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Ruben Vincent A. Sumanduran, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Jefferson N. Makiling, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Blaze Jason H. Iting, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain May Angel S. Conato, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Raymar B. Bemos, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain June Kenneth B. Deserdo, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Jonathan D. Gumanad, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Kevin M. Bilicano, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Lechi Kyle S. Abapo, ROTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Lovell Jane T. Maginsay, ROTC Second Class. Military professionalism. Men who adopt the profession of arms submit their own free will to the law of perpetual constraints of their own accord. They reject their right to live where they choose, to say what they think, to dress as they like. From the moment they become soldiers, it needs but an order to settle them in this place, to move them to separate them from their families and dislocate their normal lives. In the world of command, they must rise, march, run, endure bad weather, and go out without sleep or food, be isolated in some distant post, work until they drop. They have ceased to be the master of their own fate. If they drop on their tracks, their ashes shall be scattered in the four winds. That is all part and parcel of their job. Pledge of loyalty. If you work for a man in heaven's name, work for him, speak well of him, and stand by the institution that he represents. Remember, an ounce of loyalty is worth of a pound of cleverness. If you must grow, condemn, and eternally find fault, why not resign your position? And when you are in the outside, damn to your heart's content. But as long as you are a part of this institution, do not condemn it. If you do, the first high wind that comes along will blow you away, and probably you'll never know why. Military discipline. It is a state of order and obedience existing within a command. Military leadership. It is the process of influencing men in such a manner as to accomplish the mission. Military secrecy. What you see, what you hear, when you leave it here. Salute is the highest form of courtesy. 11 general orders. 1. To take charge of this post and all government property in view. 2. To walk my post in a military manner, keeping always on alert and observing everything that takes place within sight or hearing. 3. To report all violation of orders I am instructed to enforce. 4. To repeat all calls from post more distance from the guardhouse than my own. 5. To quit my post only when properly relieved. 6. To receive, obey, and pass on the sentinel who relieves me all orders from the commanding officer, officer of the day, and non-commissioned officer of the guard only. 7. To talk to no one except in the line of duty. 8. To give the alarm in case of fire or disorder. 9. To call the commander of the guard in any case not covered by instruction. 10. To salute all officers, colors, and standard not case. 11. To be especially watchful at night and during the time of challenging to challenge all persons on or near my post and to allow no one to pass without proper authority.